What's up, band kids young and old? This is Russ, also known as RK Slave for Marching Band is Awesome, with a quick video to talk about last night's DCI 2017 World Championship Finals. Many of you who are already fans have been chatting about the results already, so I wanted to just talk for maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. I don't want to go any longer than 10 minutes. Anyways, I didn't want to let an opportunity go by where I didn't come on and congratulate all the corps, every single one who performed a great season, did a great job. Let's talk about it really quick. Again, this is a little bit more of a casual vlog. I don't have time this morning to put together a super edited video, but let's kind of just run through. I did a few videos yesterday talking about the different placements and kind of chalked it up, but let's go through and talk about the different storylines. The big storyline yesterday coming out of the semis was that the Madison Scouts made the top 12. They were going to the finals. They didn't make it last year, so they made it this year. And so in finals, they had a great performance and really did their fans proud and put on a great show. It scored an 85.250 to take 12th spot. The Crossmen and the Blue Stars were battling for that 10th spot. We saw that coming into the finals. We saw that in the semis and the prelims. The Blue Stars took 10th with an 87.938, and Crossmen took 11th with an 86.825. Apologize for the noise in the background, but that's just life on Sunday morning. Blue Knights and Phantom Regiment also competing for that 8th spot. We have the Blue Knights take 8th with a 90.400, and Phantom Regiment take 9th with an 88.125. Boston Crusaders, Cadets took that 6-7 spot. Crusaders with a 92.62 and the Cadets with a 91.675. It was good to see everywhere from 8th place up or down to the 1st place, if you want to look at it that way. They all scored in the 90-point club, so that was pretty sweet. Boston Crusaders getting in that top 6 spot. Great show for them. Wicked was thematically one of my favorite shows this year, and I really appreciated what they did with their show theme. I think the big story of the night that kind of was a little bit of shuffle was the Cavaliers upending the Bluecoats for that 4th place spot. So the Bluecoats took 5th with a 95.162. I really enjoyed their Jagged Line show, and the Cavaliers barely edged them out by less than a 10th of a point, and it looks like 38 thousandths of a point, if I'm doing my math correctly. But the Cavaliers, I did say, I think when we were talking about the Cavaliers versus the Bluecoats yesterday for that 4th place spot, that if anybody had a chance to kind of sneak above where they were placing through prelims and semis, that the Cavaliers would be my bet. And so they actually pulled through and did it. And we see the Cavaliers sitting in 4th place. Really taking that spot, really earning that spot from the defending champions from last year, the Bluecoats. And so congratulations to the Cavaliers and the Bluecoats for making the top 5 for sure. Then we move into the top 3, the podium spots, as we say in the Olympics, the medaling spots. And just taking a look at the recap roundup over on DCI.org. In 3rd place, Carolina Crown. We know the storyline for the season for Carolina Crown was an amazing horn line and an interesting addition of vocals this year. And so, again, like I said in previous videos, I'm indifferent. I actually like the vocals as a whole, or as an individual element. As a whole, it was interesting how it fit into the show theme. And so I think the general consensus amongst most commenters on social media for sure was that the vocals were great. They just didn't understand why there was so much of them. One thought that I would throw out there is that the Cadets show, the Cadets placing in 7th, of course, they used vocals throughout, probably more than the Carolina Crown show. And so I didn't really hear that much comment on the Cadets' use of vocals, and maybe it's the way that they use the vocals that was really different. But also Carolina Crown was in the top 3 contention for that spot for the top all season long, and the Cadets were not so much. So maybe that's it. But anyways, Carolina Crown with a 96.575 in 3rd place. They got 3rd in total GE and total visual, 2nd in total music, which was really, really strong. and 6th place in color guard, 4th in percussion. So we're definitely looking at Carolina Crown going next year. They need to do whatever they can do to bolster and to shore up those color guard and percussion scores. And logically speaking, if they continue with a strong horn line like they have this year, 1st place in brass in captions, then they've got a better chance of being in 2nd or even 1st place at the end of the season. So congratulations, Carolina, to Carolina Crown for that bronze medal. Great season. I really enjoyed their show this year. In 2nd place, we had Santa Clara Vanguard with a 97.600. So that's actually off of their semi score by 1/10 of a point. Judging seemed to be a little bit tougher for the finals than the semis, just based on that score alone, or maybe Santa Clara Vanguard lost 1/10 of a point in their performance. Now, most folks would argue by finals, everything's clean, everything's as tight as it can be, and so I guess that's up in the air. But anyways, Santa Clara Vanguard made a valiant push towards the top late in the season for sure. The last month or so, we saw them really nipping at the heels of the Blue Devils. But percussion was definitely their strong point. They definitely had a definitely. I sound like Rain Man. I can't remember the movie Rain Man, the character Dustin Hoffman plays. Definitely. But Santa Clara Vanguard got 3rd in visual analysis and brass, just barely a point over a point under the Blue Devils in total general effect, and then 1/2 a point under Blue Devils in total visual. So they were right there. But we see the spread there. There's about a point difference in their scores, and so they were 1/2 a point in total GE and 1/2 a point in total visual behind the Blue Devils. So there we go. I also, it doesn't say this on here. Let me pull up the recap real quick, but I believe that so many numbers going around. But if we take a look at the color guard. Total color guard, here we go. Santa Clara Vanguard just barely missed beating or tying the Blue Devils, who had the #1 score. So in the color guard, the Blue Devils took #1. Let's go ahead and talk about the Blue Devils. Their overall score was a 98.537, which was pretty solid. Congratulations to the Blue Devils. They are taking the gold medal home this year. This is going to be their 18th World Championship title, and also, I believe, a 7th undefeated season. So big kudos there. They took all GE. They won GE by over 1/2 a point, and they won all 3 of the visual captions. They got total visual by about 1/2 a point, and there we see the difference. They took 2nd in brass and percussion and 3rd in music analysis, but they were just 2/10 of a point behind Santa Clara Vanguard in the total music scores. So it was all the other 2 categories with GE and visual effect really were where they won it. And if you're an old pro, a veteran, if you're even just a casual fan, but you've watched it for years, you know that GE score really can be predictive of who is going to be on the top when all the dust settles. So Blue Devils have pretty much owned the GE category all season long. So congratulations to the Blue Devils, Santa Clara Vanguard in 2nd in silver, and Carolina Crown in 3rd. It was a great season. And then definitely congratulations to all who made the finals and all who performed. And it's been a great season for World Class. I will do another video, and I just haven't had time, but I will do another video probably in the next day or 2, and we'll talk about the Open Class Championships a little bit more in detail, because there was some great stuff going on there too. And so big stuff. It's been great doing DCI coverage. This is not my last video by any means, but look forward to, I'll probably do some more videos that highlight different my favorite parts of shows, my favorite moments in the 2017 season. I'm going to do some more my favorite moments in the history of DCI. You guys know, you've watched enough of my videos to know that a big transition just happened in our life, and we were from Georgia. A year ago we moved to California, did some temporary work, had a great time, saw a lot of adventures, and then we moved back to Georgia just last week. So you can see behind me all the unpacking that still needs to happen. It's actually just in my room. The rest of the house is pretty much unpacked, but we are excited about kind of getting back into a productive routine here in Georgia. And what that means for me is, you guys hear me say all the time, hey, I'm Russ, also known as RK Slade. I mention it every now and then. I don't want to just beat a dead horse in the YouTube channel, because it's not really about that. But RK Slade is my author name. I am an author, and I'm finishing up book 2 in a series. This is book 1. It's called Because by RK Slade. You can find it on Amazon if you have kids that love to read. It is a young adult teen music fiction. It's kind of based in and around the marching band lifestyle. The main character is a 16-year-old trumpet player, and her goal in life is to be a drum major. So kind of follows her adventures there. There is a little bit of a sci-fi slash adventure fantasy, not so much fantasy, but there's time travel involved and a lot of music history involved. So it's just a fun kind of adventure that includes a lot of band humor, jokes, music history. Some of the characters that come into play are very influential music history characters, and so it's fun. I enjoy it, but it takes a lot of work. And so, long story short, this video is getting longer and longer because I'm a rambling man. But I am almost finished with book 2 and hope to have book 3 polished up and ready to go before Christmas. And so we'll have a 3-book series. And I'm not sure if I'm going to wind it up in 3 or 4 books. I would like to stretch it to 4 books just because it's a rich story. But anyway, so that's who RK Slade is. That's what I've got in the future, and I may post every now and then a video just kind of chronicling my journey there. But anyways, thanks to you guys who have subscribed already. I noticed last night we're in the 820, 830 range with subscribers, and so all of you who have subscribed and given those thumbs up for likes, I definitely appreciate that. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button, and of course, like I said, I appreciate your
Nope.
What? Your subscribes. If you are a new viewer of this video, if it's the first time you've seen any videos and you made it this far, I appreciate it when you hit that subscribe button. And my name is Russ, also known as RK Slade for Marching Band is Awesome. Remember, Marching Band is awesome because you're awesome, and I will see you on the next video.